Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a happy hump day. Couple days until the weekend, so that's exciting. Hope everyone's having a great week so far and you are achieving all your goals, whether it's career related or maybe you just wanted to slow down and you're focusing on self care right now. I hope you're doing everything that you need to do to be happy and productive in 2022. I'm hopping on real quick because I had a moment and we have been getting, we always get our inbox flooded with questions regarding non clinical resumes, non clinical job search terms, and how to target a non patient facing position. A lot of us are a little burnt out with patient care, so we want to kind of look at the other opportunities out there in healthcare that still allow us to use our skills, but maybe in a non traditional way. So, this is definitely the biggest question, the most popular question that we get. And I don't know if I've ever done a live on it. So, I was going through my emails and I thought I should pop over and answer some questions. So, the first question we get is what search terms should I use in on LinkedIn or Indeed to pull up position titles that are non-clinical. So I have a list here that I'm going to share with you. And these are definitely some terms you can play with. You'll also find that once you put a term into the search engine and a bunch of results come up, it's going to kind of, as you go in and read about each position, it's going to give you some more keywords and you can kind of keep going. So you might pull up a position and it says X, Y, and Z, and you're like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Let me use that in the search box and see what positions come up related to those terms. So here's where you can start. And as you're reading through the positions, you can kind of go off in the direction that calls to your soul, whatever you feel like learning more about, and that'll give you a starting point. So here are some words or terms you can use for a non-clinical job search. All right, first, very popular, utilization review and utilization management. Pre-service coordinator roles. Navi Health, we get a ton of requests for resumes for Navi Health. So utilization review, utilization management, medical necessity criteria is another one that will kind of gear you towards that route. And Navi Health is hiring quite a bit nationwide. So if you're interested in those types of roles, check out Navi Health's LinkedIn business page and their website. They are very active on LinkedIn, so follow their page, comment on their content, and it's a great way to network. The other search terms that you can try, education consultant. I just wrote a resume for an education consultant and the job description was really cool. So check out that search term. Health informatics, medical necessity we said. Health insurance, just start generic health insurance. And again, read through the position titles and pull out keywords and that'll kind of send you down a pathway of new search terms. Medical device sales or just medical device. Sometimes companies like Hanger need clinicians to go out and test products for them and sell them to hospital systems, and they will pay you to travel across the country. So use medical device sales as a starting point to gear you towards positions in that realm if that lights you up. Medical writing, huge need for medical writers, especially with clinical backgrounds. Pharmaceutical medical writing is another really big industry. So if you're interested in becoming a writer and want to expand your skills a little bit, check out pharmaceutical medical writing, learn about it, and there are so many job postings for pharmaceutical medical writers that you're going to have an expansive search. So check that out if that's what your heart desires. Public health is another one. Again, start with public health, go through the positions, pull out keywords, navigate from there. Health coordinator or health coordination, compliance, policies and procedures, and healthcare navigation. Also, population health is another huge area that's expanding right now. So if you want to work community-based using your clinical skills but in a non-traditional way, population health might be the way to go, or coordinating or helping patients navigate the healthcare continuum is another huge area, especially with all these telehealth operations happening with medical offices, doctor's office, and hospitals. These patients, especially are elderly and are older, or maybe are patients with cognitive deficits. They're having trouble navigating this new world. So there's a huge need for somebody to go in and just help them figure out, what website they're supposed to go on, where they're supposed to put their information. So check out these search terms. Put them in the search engine, see what comes up, and be open to expanding upon them, and you will find all these different paths that you didn't even know existed. So play with those words and see what lights you up. So that's my first tip if you are doing a job search for a non-clinical position. The next thing, once you figure out what you want to do and you see a position that you want to apply for because it sounds amazing, the next question we get is, well, how do I put this on my resume? Or how do I gear my resume towards this position when I only have clinical experience? So the key to that is focusing on what we call transferable skills. And as a healthcare professional, you have a ton of transferable skills. You're doing things all day long that are highly marketable and can be used in multiple sectors and multiple industries. So that's what you're going to focus on when you write your resume for a non-patient facing position. So leadership skills, data analysis, evaluation, clinical thinking, all those things, problem solving, managing up. And then you're going to highlight accomplishments and achievements that are geared towards the job description or what the hiring manager is looking for. So for example, in utilization review, you're going to talk about how you've made sure that service allocation has been appropriate and that every patient that's on your caseload has a medical necessity criterion that meets eligibility. We're not just handing out services, we're giving services, crucial services to vulnerable patient populations who need them. So that's what you focus on. You focus on those kinds of things because it aligns you with what the hiring manager is looking for. So here's some other keywords, and I'm pulling this from our management and leadership interview bundle. There's tons of keywords in there. If you're coming to our boot camp this weekend and you're getting the bundle, you get this keyword bundle here as well to help you update your resume after this weekend for other positions in the future. So some other words, proactive. How do you contribute to team culture, right? Hiring managers hire for fit. I can train you on hard skills, but cultural fit is very important to me as a hiring manager. I want somebody who fits in with my values and my mission. So make sure that your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile align you with somebody who would fit into the values and mission of the organization that you're applying to. How do you influence clinical decisions? How do you ensure quality? How do you create efficiency? How do you ensure patient satisfaction? All of these things are accomplishments and they're highly marketable. So again, I'm not talking about writing down what you do on a day-to-day basis. I treat a caseload. I provide intervention. That's great. That's fantastic. But if you're pursuing a non-clinical position, those things are still important, but they're not what you should focus on in a targeted non-clinical resume. So start writing down what you do above and beyond clinical intervention, and that's what you're going to focus on when you're applying to some of these positions. Flexibility is another big. Adaptability. Let's see, what else? Willingness to grow. Any supervision that you've provided, whether it was precepting students or overseeing a clinical team. Any collaboration, so are you collaborating with nurses? Are you collaborating with teachers? Are you collaborating with support staff? Are you collaborating with referring physicians if you're maybe orthopedic outpatient? These are all highly transferable skills that should be highlighted in your resume. Negotiation, conflict management, emotional intelligence, huge buzzword right now. We have this healthcare crisis going on right now where we're very unhappy with leadership because of things that have happened over the pandemic. So we want leaders who are emotionally intelligent, compassionate. They are all about diversity and inclusion. These are all keywords that you can use in your non-clinical resume. Communication style, how do you communicate? Let's see, what else? Initiative. Do you take initiative? Are you proactive? Do you manage up? How would I know that? Put it on your resume. Make sure that it's highlighted and it's easy to find and it aligns you with the position that you're applying to. How do you create efficiencies in workflows or evaluation processes? How do you manage your caseload? What strategies, maybe you're in home health, what strategic scheduling strategies do you utilize so that all your patients get seen and get the minutes that they need? All those things, time management. You have so many skills that are highly transferable. And if you are coming to the boot camp this weekend and you want to apply to a non-clinical position, if you send me the job description prior to Saturday, I will highlight it when I go live on Saturday and talk about all the keywords within that job description that you can put on your resume. And if we have enough people who are pursuing non-clinical positions, I'll also provide a non-clinical resume sample so that you can use that once the boot camp's over to update your resume in the future. So I'll post a link to the boot camp under this video. It's one weekend only. It's totally live. So if you don't get it this weekend, we might not do it again. It might be one and done. So make sure you hit it right this weekend. And remember, this is prime hiring season in the United States, because I just learned Canada's a little different. But in the United States, companies, hospital systems, and even schools are planning for next year. They're doing their hiring right now. So from end of January to about mid to end March is when most companies set their budgets for new employees. So you want to make sure your resume is polished and ready to go, and you have some direction with where you want to go so that it's targeted to that position so that you can get an interview. And that's the other thing we're offering. I'm glad I said that. We are giving away an mock interview coaching session with Joni. So she will hop on Zoom with you, she will do an interview with you, and then she will provide written feedback to improve your interview skills. So if you purchase the Resume and LinkedIn Bootcamp bundle, you will automatically be entered to win this coaching session, which usually retails, so if you were to book a coaching session for interviewing with Joni, for $219. So it's a $219 bonus in addition to all the other resources. So it's not something to shake a stick at. Interviewing is stressful. I remember my first interview was a panel interview, and it was, new graduate, right, fresh out of school, and I had a bunch of clinicians. We sat at this long table, and all these clinicians sat across from me. I sat on the other side of the table by myself, and they just shot me questions, boom, 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 one after the other. So if interviewing is one of your weak points, which it is for a lot of people, it's a hard thing. Joni is a behavioral interviewing strategy expert, and she will provide you with written feedback and give you pointers and ask you real interview questions that she's used as an operations manager in the past. So she will even write questions that are geared towards the job description that you're pursuing so that you can really have a legitimate practice interview prior to going in for a real interview. So we're giving away lots of stuff. You don't want to miss the boot camp. I'm so excited. You guys know I can talk about resumes and LinkedIn all day, and I'm planning to. So I'll post a link in the comments, and I'll also write out, where's my list? My list that I made for non-clinical job search terms. I'll put that below as well. And hopefully we'll see you this weekend. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll chat later. Bye-bye.